All right, so here's question 14, question 15. Question 14, you're going to see something very similar to these on the Regents. They just like to do that. Stephanie is solving the equation. As you can see, her first step is shown below. So she's given the equation and she makes her first step. What we're looking at is the property that justifies her first step. So we know that the associative property, basically it says that no matter how you group it, it doesn't, no matter how you change the order, it doesn't affect it. So if we have A plus B, it's the same thing as saying B plus A, right? So that's what that means. We're talking about the commutative property. We're talking about grouping. So if we have a group of numbers, let's say A plus B plus C, it's the same thing as saying A and then A plus parentheses B plus C. It's the same exact thing, right? We're talking about distribution. You already know distribution, but if you need to see it visually, we have our A on the outside and B plus C. That's equal to AB plus AC. So we're going to share the terms. Now we can look and see that that's not what happened here. We know that we didn't just flip terms, so it's not going to be the associative property. We don't have any grouping symbols in there, no parentheses, so it's not going to be number 2. So we're left with 3 and 4. We just showed right here what the distribution looks like, and we didn't distribute anything either because we would need to have some sort of parentheses. So this makes it a little easier. The addition property of equality is in fact our answer. What that means is that basically we take this negative 8 and we move it and or combine the like terms for negative 12, and it keeps it balanced. So the addition property of equality, what this is and what that is the same thing. So we're keeping the equation balanced. So 15 is what is the sum of 8 radical 3 and radical 3. The good thing about this is that when you have inside of the radicals are the same, all you're really going to do is just add up what's on the outside. So if we expand this a little bit, 8 radical 3 plus, there's no number in here, so we're going to assume it's 1. We're going to keep these, and then we're just going to add these up. So what's 8 plus 1? 9, and then radical 3 is our final answer. So our choice and final answer for that is choice 4. So quickly for number 16, the dot plot below represent test scores for 20 students on a math test. The mode for the math test is 80 and the median is 85. Mode is telling us how much, basically how many times a student scored 80. So the majority of the students in these sets for the answer has to have scored 80, and the median is 85. So that's obviously the average. So we can get rid of some things first. Let's take a look at 80 and see if there's ones that we can get rid of. We already know we can get rid of 2 because we only have 3 students that scored 80. And then we're going to continue to keep looking and see this too. 1 and 3 kind of look like we have some situations to look at. So we're going to get rid of 4 as well. And then we're going to take a look. Now, we know right now that the median, so we're just going to count these real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think it's the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we can't determine based on just this whether or not this is 1 or 3 as our answer. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take this and we're going to have to average it out to figure out if it's equal to 85. So we can do this a couple of different ways. You can go ahead and you can plug it in a list, or you can do it the way that I'm going to do it. So we have 65 plus 70 once, plus 75, which is that dot, and then we have 680. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know this is tedious, but this is the best way to do it. Plus 85 twice. 1, 2, 3, 4, plus 90 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to have some 95s, 3 of those. 1, 2, and 3. And then 100. Now we're going to divide this by 20. And we're going to get an answer of 84.75, which is around what we need, 85. So in fact, without us doing the next one, our answer is in fact going to be 1. All right, so all we're looking for mode is how many times the majority of students scored 80. And if not, get rid of the choices that are lower. So we would have got rid of 2. We would have got rid of 4. And then we look at, again, at adding these together and dividing it by the 20 students to see what our average is. 84.75 is close to what we're looking for our median, and therefore our answer is going to be choice 1.